This is Ranger Frank Edson, calling for immediate assistance. I'm pinned inside a ranger cabin in Blue Ridge, Sector 7. Snowslide took out the trail. My vehicle's gone. Visibility near zero. Repeat, I am trapped due to avalanche conditions. Requesting emergency extraction.
What the hell? An avalanche? In Blue Ridge? It was the middle of July, 82 degrees outside. And in the Appalachian Mountains, there had never been a recorded avalanche. I remember staring at the console, half expecting the sound to repeat. Static hissed, then went quiet again, leaving only the hum of the air conditioner and the soft flick of fluorescent lights. For a second, I honestly thought I'd imagined it. I'm Henry Lowell, Senior Dispatcher, Appalachian Ranger Service, Central Command. My job's simple. I listen, log, and respond. Most nights are quiet. Drunk hikers, small brush fires, missing dogs. Nothing like this. At 10:47 p.m., the channel lit up again.
Control! Do you copy? Cabin's intact for now. I've sealed the door. Snow's coming down hard. Request status on rescue.
Copy that. Ranger, could you confirm? Did you say snow? Your last transmission reported avalanche conditions.
Affirmative. Snowfall, high winds, total whiteout. The ridge gave way about 40 minutes ago. I barely made it inside. Power's out. Using field radio.
Ranger, it's midsummer. We've got clear skies across the entire Blue Ridge region. Can you verify your coordinates?
He rattled off a string of numbers. Calm, professional. I entered them into the map system and felt my stomach tighten. The location was right. A deep patch of forest, 20 miles east of the nearest station, but nowhere near high enough for snow. I checked the roster. No ranger by that name, Frank Edson, appeared on any active, retired, or auxiliary lists.
Ranger Edson, can you confirm your unit assignment?
Blue Ridge Division, Sector 7B. Call sign Echo 7.
That code format was decades out of use. I hadn't seen Sector 7B since scanning the old paper maps in training years ago.
Say again, Edson. Where did you say you're stationed from?
Base Ridge Station, Northeast Relay.
There was no such base anymore. Hadn't been since 1972. He sounded tired but steady, a man doing his job, and his radio, the slight hum beneath his words, didn't sound digital. It was analog, deep and textured, like transmissions recorded on reel-to-reel. I switched to another channel to verify system integrity. Everything else was dead quiet. No interference, no storms, no relays active. When I came back, he was still talking, as if the channel had never closed.
Winds, picking up again. Feels like the whole mountain's breathing. I saw movement through the window. Thought it was a rescue team, but the light's wrong. It's flickering, floating. I can't tell what it is.
My throat went dry. The rational part of me kept whispering malfunction, old recording, prank. But his voice had weight, distance, emotion, not the tinny repetition of a loop.
Ranger Edson, can you describe the structure you're in?
Old ranger hut. One room, stone foundation, stove in the corner, map on the wall, though it's outdated. Shows districts that don't exist anymore.
Can you read the date printed on that map?
Hard to tell. Ink's faded. Looks like 1950-something.
I exhaled slowly. There it was again. That faint feeling, like a puzzle piece clicking into place. I'd seen that name somewhere before. Frank Edson. But where? He spoke again, voice lower now.
The snow's piling against the windows. I think something's out there. I hear steps, maybe? Slow. Even. Like someone circling.
Ranger Edson, are you injured?
Negative. Just cold. Cabin's shaking, though. The wind.
A burst of static drowned him out. Then, faintly, a whisper under the noise.
Control, it's changing light outside. I think it's not night anymore.
And then, silence. The clock above my desk ticked past 11 p.m. I sat there, hand still on the transmit switch, trying to convince myself it was a prank, an echo, something. But deep down, I already knew the truth. That voice, Frank Edson, I'd heard it before, in a file I was never supposed to read. The channel had been silent nearly 10 minutes before I forced myself to move. The coffee on my desk was cold. Outside, July buzzed like nothing had happened. Crickets, the hum of Highway 64, the slow pulse of summer heat. Yet the radio still smelled like snow. At 11:11 p.m., I broke protocol and called nearby stations. No anomalies, no missing rangers. When I reached Field Officer Mason Hudson, he laughed.
Snow? In July? Henry, you sure you're on the right channel?
I told him the coordinates and the name. He paused.
Frank Edson? You sure? Positive. My granddad told stories about that name. Ranger gone missing in the 50s. Never found.
At 11:23 p.m., Channel B-17 came alive again.
Control, storm worsening. Compass spinning. Clock stopped at 6:04. No AM, no PM.
Copy. Stay inside. We have units checking your location.
Copy, but it's strange, sir. Everything's white, yet I can still see trees through it. Like the snow isn't real.
His breath carried a faint delay, half a second behind itself, as if the signal were bouncing through time.
Heard a voice. Sounded like me.
Say again?
Said stay inside, Frank. Then the radio repeated me, slower.
Static swelled, rippling like a wave. I muted the speaker, hands shaking. System check. Normal. No interference.
Found a logbook. Pages brittle. Entries end mid-sentence. Date, March 1956. Signed Effetson. There's a mark on the wall. My initials. Carved fresh.
Frank, what do you mean?
Maybe a rescue hut. But the lanterns burn without flame. Just light. Pale yellow.
Mason broke in on another channel.
I'm heading there now. Shouldn't take more than an hour. Copy. Take backup.
At 11:42 p.m., Edson's voice returned, distant, mechanical.
Hearing a second signal under yours. Same voice. Different words. Keep saying you were late.
Describe what's outside.
Hard to tell. Lights stopped moving. Everything looks frozen, like a paused frame. Someone's at the door.
Don't open it. Stay put.
I see a face through the frost.
A shriek of feedback tore through the channel, making the console rattle. Then silence. Breathing returned, slow, heavy.
If someone finds this, tell them I've been here before.
At 11:59 p.m., the transmission ended with a sharp click, like a tape reaching its end. I stared at the dead channel. Outside, heat shimmered against the glass, but the metal radio felt cold, as if it had just been pulled from the snow. By 12:08 a.m., Mason's unit was deep in the forest. The coordinates matched perfectly. Sector 7, Blue Ridge area. I watched his GPS marker crawl across the map, a single green dot moving through an empty stretch of terrain.
Mason? Status? Copy that, Control. I'm closing in, about half a mile out.
The channel crackled, but his voice stayed clear. Wind, cicadas, nothing else. 10 minutes later,
I'm at the coordinates. Confirm visual on the cabin. There's nothing here, Henry. Just trees. No structure, no snow, no signs of anyone ever being here. It looks untouched. Double check your marker. Already did. I'm standing right on it. If there was ever a cabin here, it's long gone.
the line hissed softly. I waited, expecting Edson's voice to cut in again. but the channel stayed silent.
Mason, hold position. I'm reviewing the transmission log. Copy.
I opened the archive and scrolled through the timestamps. 11:23 p.m., 11:42 p.m., 11:59 p.m., each entry tagged Source Ranger Frank Edson. I checked the active personnel database. Nothing. Then I accessed the public digital archive, the online historical records of the Ranger Service. And there it was. March 3rd, 1956. Ranger Frank Edson, reported missing during a routine patrol in Blue Ridge Sector 7. Despite an extensive ground and aerial search conducted over the following week, no trace of Ranger Edson or his equipment was ever found. No radio transmissions or final patrol logs were recovered, and the cause of disappearance remains officially undetermined. I stared at the screen until the letters blurred. Outside, summer pressed against the glass. Crickets sang. The air was thick and warm, but the metal surface of the console was still cold to the touch. At 12:47 a.m., Mason's voice came back.
Control, I'm heading back. You sure this wasn't some old playback? Yeah, I'm sure.
He signed off. I saved the file, locked the system, and sat there listening to the quiet hum of the equipment. And I couldn't shake the thought that somewhere out there, in those same woods, a man was still waiting for an answer that never came.